Oh my gosh. Well, then you're going to have Cowgirl translate because I said hello to each and every one of you. You took too long to tell me. You took too long to tell me. And Mona, I said I didn't get the comment because I've been out and about and I checked some comments earlier in the day. I didn't see yours. So if I don't know where you left it, but it's easier to just email me at carolyn@truecrimechat.org. Bless me. I said hello to all of you. I was really going. That happens all the time when I'm on a really good roll. You're going to need Cowgirl to translate. She'll be like, yep, she got you and you and you and you, and she even got you. Um, that was crazy. It's all good, right, Holly? I said hello to you. Florence, hey. Hi, Denise. Hi, Connie. Hi, 69. We have sound. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why we had no sound. I was on mute, I know, but I don't know why I was on mute. So anyway, I was just saying hi to everybody. That made you giggle? Cowgirl, did she get me? Did she lie? No. Hey, GB, you're real late. You are really late, GB. I haven't seen you this late. I don't know when. Moving. No. So, let me just see something here. Hey, Dylan, I didn't see you sneak in. Well, you probably did when I put my microphone back on sound. Oh, and thank you. I don't know if you heard me say thank you, What Big Guys. I don't remember if I was on mute or I had sound. So, pretty emotional day on the in the penalty phase, right? Who watched it? Timothy Jones. You were waiting to look at my secret to get your attention. I was waiting to what? Hold on, let me put my glasses on. So, you were waiting to knock on my screen to get your attention. Yeah, you waited and you snuck in? Yeah, you waited till my head was down. Hi, Sharon. You couldn't watch today? Do a recap? Yeah, it was a pretty emotional day. They had Eli's teacher on the stand, and she was very emotional. But did you notice Tim was not so emotional? He was not, so he kind of stared her down because I think he was like, yeah, you're the one that called the DSS. Yeah, you're judging me kind of thing. I wish I could see it. Oh, can you wish I could see it? Oh, I know what I said to you, Mona. I said, you're supposed to email me because we're supposed to find out when we went to high school, since we went to the same high school. Carolyn@truecrimechat.org. Hey, Bernard, how you doing? You finished 5 months of chemotherapy? Yay, congratulations, Bernard. That's great. You're all done. Did you get to ring the bell? And on to the next step. Well, wishing you a complete recovery and, nothing but good things. Praying for you, Bernard. I was whispering so low you couldn't hear me. You hate that he starved those kids. He looks like he hates people, cries only for himself. It was Natan's teacher that called, but I think he holds a grudge up on all of them, the assistant principal, because I think they were all involved together. I think he holds a big grudge there. That's why he said he was going to homeschool. Don't you remember? So, Natan's teacher was on there too. He was the man. And then we had a lot of testimony from them, okay, which was highly emotional for both of them. And I imagine for the jury and everything. So, hi there, backdoor. Hi, manager of Three Monsters. And then what did we do? Then the defense, was that all the prosecution had today? Who did we have? We had Eli's teacher, Natan's teacher, his teacher. Okay, and then we had the guy that takes care of Tim to and from, puts the belly strap on him, and we had the preacher. Yep. We had the preacher. And the aide. You know, and that was, has he ever been in trouble? Do you think his tears are, do you think he has true remorse? No. You know, the paraprofessional for Natan's teacher. I'm trying to remember that now. Sometimes I forget things. The paraprofessional for, so after, was it after the guy? What did they look like? Oh, when he tore up the folder point in time. They were desperate to find anyone for Tim. I know. It was like really... And they really had nothing to ask these teachers, right? Who came to... Do you remember who came to the family night at the school? The teacher's aide, the one that called CPS, the blonde lady administrator. Yeah, I got her. Do I think he has true remorse? No, I don't think so. I mean, look at the call at the, they played the other day. You know, if he was really broken up about his kids, how could he sound like that on the phone? That was the McNabb. What was the McNabb? Oh, Emil there. Hold on, Emil. I've got to get you for a second here. Hi, Emil. I was looking for you, Emil. Hang on. Okay. All set. Sharon. Yeah, Sharon, I don't know. Everybody's saying your email doesn't work, but it's the one you gave me. Are you getting your emails? I don't know what to do anymore. Hi, Ocean Girl. So, let's see. Ivy, how are you? I never would think that Timothy has a high IQ, so dysfunctional. The McStay case verdict will be read on Monday morning. Okay. The Woody doll, yeah. I know. It's horrible, Lisa Slater, isn't it? That is so bad. That is so bad. Hi, Charlene. Hi, Lasso Girl. Carolyn, hi 69, asked about the case with the tattooed face guy. Yeah, that was the McNabb. So the Woody doll was, yeah, you got my email? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That's so weird. Okay. And why did he rip Natan's? You loved the teachers and you felt so sorry for them. Well, somebody, who said, wait, I just want to see I have to see what the teacher's aide, because I don't know how I could have missed the teacher's aide. I don't know where the teacher's aide, I just want to see that I saw her, because I don't know what's going on, because I thought it went right from, maybe she was only on for a few minutes or something, and I actually missed that part of it. Let me see here. Oh, let me see. I was just trying to see if they updated it here. Let me just see one other thing. Oh, here we go. Hold on, I found it. Okay. Stop. Stop. Okay. Okay. Teachers haunted by murders of their students by Timothy Jones Jr. Timothy Jones Jr. Let's see here. Jurors deciding if the man who killed all 5 of his children will get the death penalty, heard Friday from former teachers of the kids, who said the children's deaths still haunt them to this day. So much so that one said he'll leave the school where he works. That was the male teacher. But he stayed 5, well, because he said his son was 2 years old and now his son is 7. So he stayed 5 years, but he said he keeps seeing the kids in the hallway and he can't do it anymore. Right, so it says, let's see here. Friday's first witness was Jacqueline Morin, Elias's first grade teacher. And so, yes, I saw all of that. She was very, very tearful. And then we have Jonathan Stone, and I saw that. That was Natan's kindergarten teacher. So I'm just trying to see where I could have... Oh, wait a second. I think I see her now. Okay, I must have missed this. This must have been very brief or something. I don't know if I got a phone call or what the heck happened here. Because I came back and the preacher guy was on. So we have... Let me just read this in case any of you missed this, so I can get this too. And I know you asked a question about the folder. So let's see. Where do we have this one? Come on. I see her picture, but I'm trying to find her testimony. Still have Stone. We still have Stone. Okay. After the break, I must have missed this. Amy Shearer, who works with parents and students at Saxe-Gotha, an instructional assistant, she puts together homework folders for teachers and sends communication back and forth to parents. She worked with Natan, helping with math and reading skills. Natan was the sweetest. Every day I got a hug. Shearer remembers Natan's smile and that his shoelaces were never tied. She said the boy wore the same shoes every day. The laces were ragged because they were never replaced and the shoes had holes in them. She noticed the bruising on the boy's neck, and she asked the boy what happened. And then she testifies Natan said his father grabbed him around the neck, and then he slammed him. Wait, hold on, my thing just went. Where did my page just jumped while I was reading that. But Stone testified to this too, about the bruise on the neck. I did see that. I'm trying to find... Oh, okay. She asked the boy what happened, and Natan said his father grabbed him around the neck and slammed him against a wall because he had broken one of Ilias's toys. Jones is sitting, staring ahead as Shearer describes the injuries on Natan and her reaction to them. She contributes to the DSS report of May 2014. She testifies that after Jones is notified of the DSS report, Natan seems withdrawn. She also recounts seeing Natan's heavy plastic schoolwork notebook being ripped in two after it was sent home with the boy. There is no more direct communication with Jones and Natan for the rest of the school year. Yeah, I heard that too, that the teacher said, yeah, they wouldn't send home any kind of communication because he would go ballistic if it was nothing, really, if anything was less than perfect. Mays has Shearer go over Natan's academic records. He won numerous awards for his computer skills and seemed to be a bright student. After the DSS report, Natan seemed tired. He came in on a Monday morning after making Shearer a necklace at church. She loved him, just a little bit harder because she knew his mother was not in the home. Mays asked Shearer about the personal impact that Natan's death had on her. It was months before I could wake up and not scream from the nightmare. To this day, I feel guilty that I saw bruises and I made the report and he's not here today. Jones seemed unmoved. The defense did not respond. Hubbard enters the evidence, the 5 indictments for murder, and reads the children's names from the documents and the guilty verdicts from the indictments. The state rested its case in that penalty phase. And then the defense started with Boyd Young, right? He called, who did we have first? We have, was that the preacher that he called? I'm trying to see here. Breen. So a former reverend with the Assemblies. Yes, I saw that guy. That was the older guy that looked Assemblies of God Church. Sometimes, like, you can miss something in this thing because there's so many breaks, and there's like, if you fast forward through it, there's like just a little tiny. It could be so tiny. I don't know. This is the strangest trial. But I did see him, and he testified. Right, this is the guy that testified that yes, he could be redeemed. Right, and he could see his children again, and that he didn't believe in the literal interpretation of the Bible. Right, this is that guy, because you couldn't have the literal interpretation of the eye. You know, why aren't we taking out our eye? Why aren't we cutting off our hand? That one, right, and then you had the guard guy in there. So yeah, I saw the rest of these. Yeah, and then the one in charge of him, and oh yeah, he's such a well-behaved little prisoner, little Timmy. So I did get all that. I'll go back to the chat. You find it odd that there are no police officers in the court? Can you imagine how those... Oh yeah, you can see how those teachers feel. They're broken up about it, you know, five years later. Yeah, they're still broken up. Yeah, right. That is true. That if he believes in the literal interpretation of the Bible, right? Yeah. I feel that Tim's voices were made up. Oh yeah, High 69. The doctor testified that they were not voices. He said they were negative self-talk. They were his own voice. They were more intrusive thoughts and negative self-talk. The officers are there in plain clothes. Yeah, that's what I think. When I look at little Timmy with his hard, cold stare, I can't help but think how the death penalty is the best thing for that evil person. He has a guard that did speak today. Yeah, I saw that. I did see Deb. Hey, all. Was the scroll... Wow, the scroll is just about giving me morning sickness. This one? You mean the chat? Is it moving that fast? It doesn't seem to be moving that fast. You could slow it down if you click on the little arrow on the bottom. Hey, Bridget. There are way too many breaks every time I look down. Yeah, that's what I mean. And a lot of times you can miss it because they just like put somebody on and then another break. And it's just like if you're going through it fast, you don't even see something. How about the sheriff's jacket was from the 70s, you think? Gotta see. I missed last night's live. Has anyone heard? No, I think she's just taking a break or something. Manager of Three Monsters. How are the mans? Oh, FoxyBot. I didn't see you. Hi, FoxyBot. How are you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. Did you get rid of that? Did you get rid of your laryngitis? Last time you were here, you had terrible laryngitis, remember? He called little Timmy. It sounds like... He's called little Timmy. It sounds like you're talking about a child. I know, yeah. You have that clock stuck in your brain. Yeah, they should sell that. They probably should sell that clock to people. Oh, somebody was mean to you, Mona? Sorry about that. Not here, I hope. Miss you guys. No Husky Bot. Oh, you still have it? Oh, it's for medication? The phone call with his dad and family. He told them it was, yeah, that's what we talked about last night, Judy. Yeah, that was all Amber's fault. She's the one to blame. Yeah, that's what he said. He said, that's very telling, right? Isn't that? He's a piece of work. Just the way he, well... Oh yeah, he says that they were talking about, right, the divorce and when a relationship breaks up, and he says, it's for someone to go insane, there has to be a catalyst, right? And he said, I've seen myself in those kids. Nathan was trying to get to his mom just like me. Remember when I used to cry over Cindy? Remember? I didn't want to watch him go through all that pain. Now we don't have any more electrical sockets or the kids trying to conspire, right? And then he says again, Nathan was just like me, right? And that's what caused me to snap. So we can blame Amber on this one. Okay, so, so we can blame Amber on this one, yeah. If she was home, instead of bopping the boy next door, this never would have happened. You know, I wouldn't have gotten to that point. Mm-hmm. And then the father says, Tim Sr. says, that day when we were out there and I saw that boy, I should have killed him then. And Tim says, you can't blame the guy. No way. He's a dude just doing his thing. It's her. She should have known better, She caused this whole thing. You can't get mad at him. And, I wish I could have helped you. The father said, yeah, but you were so mad at me. It's crazy. And he blamed Nathan the first time when he was talking to the officers after he was arrested. So, yepers, right? So that was all Nathan's fault, right? If he hadn't done this, none of this would happen. Now it's Amber's fault. Who knows whose fault, it is now. I wonder if they asked him. The CW case was super sad. That's why. That's why I cried. The CW, wait, that's why who cried? I cried in this one too. High 60, this one was really bad. I was crying today. It was terrible. Both of them. I mean, this one, that one, yeah, anything to do with the girls or Shanann, yeah. It was very emotional. But this one too, I don't know if you've been watching it, very, very emotional. Even the verdict was very emotional. Yep, Joanne, Mira, Elias, Natan. No, they call him Tan. Elias, they call Eli. Gabriel, Gabe. Abigail. Hey, Kelly Finelli. You too, Carla. Yeah. So it was very emotional. And so I wonder, like, who's the defense going to just keep calling? They're just probably going to, what are they going to go through his little brothers or something? Like, what are they going to do? I wonder what's up their sleeves. First time that I saw, what's his name? Young wearing a dark suit. He normally wears like those beige, horrible looking suits or those linen, really wrinkly suits. It's awful. Case, you cried as well. I screamed at him as they read guilty for him and called him a lot of names. Yeah, definitely. You can't wait. Yeah, absolutely, Lisa. Both cowards with zero accountability, right, Paula? School employees were angels. Yeah, somebody, I'm trying to think of who said that. Somebody said that the teachers there at that school were just so unbelievable loving, they would want their kids to go there. Yeah, they were. I mean, was that a public school or was that a private school? Oh my gosh, my dog scared me to death. You don't hear my dog, you hear that? That's my dog. Right under my feet. Scared me. He actually smiled for a second. He did, Kelly Finelli. He had a smirk on his face. It was parochial. Oh, okay, that explains a lot. Okay, that explains a lot. Right, kept thinking of a Natan in the hallway, right? 5 children from one family have been robbed 70 years of their life. Yeah. You know that if that was the Moss, I would be running from here. He had a smirk when the jurors walked into the jury room. Oh, that's what they said. Yeah, that's what they said to the guard or whatever you call him, who takes him to and from. What does Tim do? He has so much respect from the jury. He always makes sure he stands, right? And what does he do if one of his attorneys is doing something, is not paying attention? What does he do? Oh, he taps them. Remember, like we talked about it, but yes, that's a long-running joke. They said that they want to grab his shirt tail and hold it down so he can't stand for the jury. But that just shows how much he respects the jury. Oh, Miss Joy, yeah, I know, Dana. That was yesterday. That was pretty. She's poor thing. I said anybody that lives near the Publix that she works in should go and see her and bring her a little something. I mean, that poor woman. They have nothing quite sad but fitting, right? In fact, that's what they're pulling out, like his transport officer, or whatever he's called. Turn my volume up a tad. All right, let me see. Is that better? Is that better? I think she's sleeping. She'll probably walk out in a little bit. Everybody wants Miss Joy to take care of their kids. I know, right? She's probably going to get a lot of and she told everybody where she works that she's probably going to get people filing into the Publix, right? But she looks like just like she's very, very friendly lady, right? Totally. You lost chat 2 times, Lisa? That's weird. Anybody else that he just has the most horrible look on his face half the time, and he just stares them down. You wanted to smack Tim so hard today, Lisa, huh? I won't do you like that. Yeah. I know. She's like, I don't know, she's like such a character, isn't she? She's like the quintessential lady, Miss Joy. The kids probably loved, they really loved her. Well, I mean, they did, but I mean, I think any kids, she's like, you just click on your arrow. It is on the slow chat. Click on the arrow on the bottom and it should slow it down for you, the chat. But yeah, I bet she's like, I'm working at the Publix, so yeah. But she fell on the floor, yeah, when she heard it. Hi, H.G. Sheridan. Thank you. Oh, Bella Mac wants to call in? Okay. Bella, did you send me an email so I can send you the... Hang on. Okay. Okay, so where is Bella? I guess I'll just send it to you, Bella, because I have your email, so. Oh, you just sent it to me and I just sent it to you. Okay, good. I just did a search for your email and then your email came up. There you go. Okay. Since there is already Elisa Marie, Elisa H. Maybe I should change my name to Elisa Marie HB for Huntington Beach. Is that where you live in Huntington Beach? Oh, you know who else used to live there? I think Jigsaw Puzzler, didn't she? Have you dreamt of Shanann or her girls? Have I dreamt of them? I think I might have had one dream. Why? Tim Jones' voices can't help him in prison. I'm changing out my car battery. You are? Your husband? You're changing it, Sassy Darcy? Be careful. Your husband was too lazy to do it? Did you watch a YouTube video to learn how? They're very good for that. Hi, Team Phoenix. Did Tim Jones... I'm probably so, Diane. He probably didn't tell her about anything. Yes, the mural and the whole room that they did there, right? With the sea turtles with the kids' names and the footprints on the sand. I only made it spark once, but you're okay. Oh boy. I don't think I would attempt that on my own. Yeah, for how-to videos, I know High 69 teaches you can do anything. What happened to Ghosty? Just sent me an email to call in, Sunny Bunny? Okay, hang on. Sunny Bunny. Under with a J? Is that it, Sunny? I just want to make sure that's you. Sunny, is your name with a J? I just want to make sure it's not a Troll. I'm just waiting on Sunny Bunny. Sunny. 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 Yes, Sunny, I know, but I want to know if your name begins. I'm trying to just make sure it's you. It begins with a J. Team Phoenix. That's the way to do it. Did you send Carolyn your team pet pick? Sunny. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was going to start saying. Deb, yeah. I'm just trying to make sure it's you, Sunny. Once so true. Okay, all right. Just wanted to make sure it was you, Sunny. I just don't want to send it to a troll. Emil, I'm forwarding you something from Random Guy Jeff. I don't know if you can help him with something, this military thing for his dad, but you could check it out if you can. I thought maybe you might. Okay. So your Random Guy Jeff he's been emailing me. He's, just in a bad spot right now, so send him your thoughts and prayers there. Okay, let me see here. I've got to get back to the chat. Bella Mac, I hope you're not having difficulty calling in. Hi, Kathy from Texas. You can hear you saying, oh, anyone? No, you know what? Vegas Donna, that Rebecca, what is it? I can't pronounce her last name, but I did DVR that a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks. I don't know. Yeah, about 3. I've got to get and watch that. Is it good? It's good. That's the mansion stuff, right? Yeah. For the personnel and services of the prison, yet not even close to that available for kids. Society is depressing. Yep, I'm in. Good morning, Diana. Hi, Cynthia. There's another compilation video of photos and stuff that's been sent in. And if your photo's not in it, don't freak. Just let me know. I think, and check the first one because your photo might be in there. There's going to be duplicates too. There's duplicates in. It's a very interesting case. Yeah, I have to get on that. Oh, hi, I'm Hank. I must not have seen it. Sorry. Oh, I said a hello to a bunch of people on mute tonight. I'm Hank. I was on mute for a long time. Hi, Purple Passion. Dana, Sassy Investigator. Who else snuck in here? Hey, J Bells. Okay, let's see. I like the school and the teachers and the aides. So interesting to see their pictures and hear their stories. Yeah, they really cared about the kids. So you were dealing with that? Oh, 2 teenagers? Fun times, right? Fun times. You're so angry, you go girl. Why? Hi, Bella. What happened to your picture?
Morning, Carolyn.
Good morning. What happened to your
I
picture?
loaded a picture.
You had it, now it's gone.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
I tried to follow the rules.
You can't get it back up there?
No, it seems when I've joined, the picture's gone, but I do have a profile pic up there. Apologies.
I'm strange. I don't know why we can't get this, huh? Did you come in? You came in on the app too?
Yeah, I'm on my desktop.
Oh, and it doesn't show you. Do you have a little camera icon?
I do, but it's 6:30 in the morning, and I'm
No,
just
no,
waking
no,
up.
no. I don't mean. I mean sometimes it'll go to the picture. You don't have any.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Sometimes it'll give you the option. It doesn't give you the option of using the
No, mine goes straight to
video.
audio, video, yeah.
And what about? Do you have a settings tab where you have your picture?
Yeah, it's all in my profile. It all looked good to go. That's why I rang in. Very weird. I'll try to figure it out. Although my profile pic is in my handle as well, just in case anyone needs to.
Okay. No, it just sometimes it's nice to see, big. It was you had a nice big picture, so we could see who you are.
I agree.
Let me just. Oh, Yamil, it's fine. You can yeah. Okay. So what's going on?
I was just ringing in to say hi and talk about the Tim Jones case, especially the testimonies yesterday.
Yeah.
I personally found yesterday to be the most heartbreaking day, aside from Amber's testimony. I feel any type of defense that Tim was trying to push of being petrified of the kids at every point has been blown out of the water. I feel those teachers cared more about his children than he did.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
If my kids went to that school, I would feel so blessed and lucky, because the love and interaction and hugs and support they get seems above and beyond for teachers, really.
Oh,
we
yeah.
we definitely forget, those of us who don't have friends who are teachers, just how much they put into children's lives. Some people were commenting about why are they showing so many pictures? Why are people taking a stand again? They've already testified. But I think the defense, the prosecution played a very good game, in that I think they knew he was going to be found guilty, and this was the final sort of nail in his coffin, not to use a pun, but all the testimonies brought those children's lives to the forefront. Their futures have been ripped away from them. They had hopes and dreams. They loved each other. They were sweet, kind kids. And instead of case X, Y, and Z, they're now Natan, Eli, Mara. They've all got personalities to us in the jury now. And that's 5 lives that have been, ripped away from people. And I think that's just going to help their case even more.
Right. They want them to see that the kids had, hopes and dreams, and then they were full of life, and yeah.
Lives, yeah. They're not just statistics and spoken about in a very clinical way in the autopsies, and when the police finally found their bodies. They were little people with hopes and dreams. And then in contrast, what flipped me over the edge was seeing the prison guard talk about how wonderful Tim is because he stands for the jury, and he's so polite and respectful.
He taps the lawyers on, he reminds the lawyers to stand up. Don't forget.
I thought they were scraping the barrel with that one.
they were grasping at the only straws they had, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can tell what an impact it's made. And I'm not going to sit and argue the death penalty, but I do fully believe that he is not schizophrenic. There's nothing wrong with him. He's so vengeful and hateful towards Amber. It just built up, and the anger got the better of him. I do think he's guilty, full stop. Obviously, death penalty is a moral decision. It's a personal decision or opinion for everyone. But as long as he never sees the light of day outside and gets to live a life outside of a prison, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what the jury decides. And I mean, I don't know how long the defense is going to have, Monday, are they going to be wrapping up with their, cast of, I don't know who they're going to bring in, but cast of characters there.
Yeah. What I do wonder about is, if we look at Tiffany Moss, for example, she was sentenced with the death penalty. I know the circumstances are slightly different, but I feel that, especially yesterday's testimony, there was definite proof and factual evidence of physical abuse going on with the children prior to that. And I wonder how, if the teachers are feeling really guilty, which they shouldn't. They did a lot for those kids and loved them. But I wonder, that guilt must sit with them and just eat them alive, because I know if I had suspicions about something, I don't think I'd be able to cope after if something really, really bad happened.
Well, yeah, the teacher that said, she's the aide that said she saw the bruises and called DSS. She's really riddled because, she did what she thought she was supposed to do, and they still, all the children perished.
And I think Tim was sending very passive-aggressive messages back by ripping up, clearly, their homework book.
Right.
And stopping communications. So all those little things to me shows, just evil and vindictive. So those are my thoughts, really. There's the piece of bread with grapes, and then Eli being starving. Or was it Nathan?
No, yeah, it was Nathan, right? With the pizza, a little piece of pizza, and then bread and grapes. And
then when he picked him up, he was lighter than his own 2-year-old son.
Right.
Those little things speak to years of abuse that may have gone undetected until it came to a head, really. So yeah, those are my thoughts on yesterday.
Yeah, it's been a hard, really, 2 days. Yeah, there. So definitely with the teachers and the aides from the school and the principal, and their and Miss Joy, Miss Joy.
Oh, poor Miss Joy.
Yeah, she's really, took it very, very badly.
That would be difficult if you worked for a family and you looked after their children. You're there sort of, for 80% of the day, but at the end of the day, you can't step in.
Right. Well, she did step in. I mean, she Miss Joy called DSS too.
Yeah, but I mean, she wouldn't confront him. Obviously, she obviously felt afraid of doing that. And then you have to weigh up: do I stick around for this for the kids, or do I need to get out of here because I can't cope working in this environment, type of thing. So that's pretty difficult as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just hope they all get a lot of love and support from the community after testifying, because clearly 5 years on, it's like it happened yesterday for them. So.
Right. Yeah, I know. And like I said, I think Miss Joy, I bet you people are going to go into the Publix where she works and offer her a job watching their kids, probably.
Yeah, give her lots of hugs.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that at the very least, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but they probably weren't allowed to, Kathy from Texas. Somebody said, why didn't the teachers contact Amber? He had very specific instructions. It said in the beginning, Amber was not allowed to pick up the children from school. He filled out the paperwork, and they just can't contact anyone. If he has something there that says he has custody and they're not allowed to, they can't.
Yeah, she was not on the authorized.
Right. So yeah, it's not that easy. He kept all contact. He didn't want anyone contacting her. He wanted to keep her in the dark.
I do think the schools have procedures that they have to follow, and there is red tape. I think they did the absolute right thing, followed the rules, made sure the kids have a safe, loving environment when in their care. In a way, that's all they could have done. But I do think some balls were dropped with the DSS.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of balls were dropped with the DSS, yeah. Even when they were testifying, they were trying to cover it up. She wasn't even reading the full report. And when Nathan, she didn't even tell about, they grabbed him around the neck and pushed him into the wall. She was just saying something like, oh, he spanked him. And then they said, no, read the report. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, they were covering their own ASSs. So, yeah.
Yeah, covering their own asses over doing the right thing and, eating crow a bit and saying we missed this and taking responsibility.
Right.
Not
the safety plan and no, follow-up services or anything for him. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah. I think Sunny Bunny's on, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But thanks for calling in. It was nice to talk to you. because I've been emailing you, so now I have a voice. So,
No
but
problem.
thanks for
Lovely chatting.
everything.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye
Okay.
bye.
Bye
I'll be
bye.
in.
Okay, Sunny. Did I unmute you? Yes. Sunny, are you there? Sunny, can you hear me? Wait, unmute. Wait a minute. Sunny, can you hear me? Sunny?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, okay. I thought I unmute. I don't know why. I thought I unmuted you and I muted you. Okay.
Uh-oh.
What's up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yesterday in last night's chat, I mentioned that I had observed some things yesterday, and I wondered if you had observed the same things. And I saw it again today, and it's hard to talk about, but I think it's a good thing for people to know.
You're talking about in the Jones trial, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
As soon as I saw several pictures of the children, I would have immediately known that they were being abused at home. Up until I was 10 years old, I was raised in a very abusive home. There were 3 of us kids. I was the middle one, and I was the whipping kid. Any time anything got wrong, I get the crap beat out of me. And I got beat with whatever my mom could get a hold of. And she would beat me so bad that the backs of my legs would bleed. That was back in the years when we wore those like mesh crinolines under our skirts. And after a beating, I would sit in class in the day, and when I would get up, my crinoline would stick to the scabs on the backs of my legs, and I'd pull them off, and then they'd bleed
Wow.
again.
Wow.
And anyway, so that just kind of gives you an idea of where I came from. My life changed when I was 10, fortunately, but my young childhood was spent pretty well getting beat, slammed against a wall, knocked unconscious several times.
Wow.
What I saw in those kids' faces that I knew they were abused. And also from what the teachers were saying today, when you're a young child and you're abused at home, when you go to school or you go out in the public, and this is hard, and anybody takes a picture of you, if you look at their little faces, notice how their eyes squint and their smiles are so forced. They're trying to send a message that their lives are okay. They're trying to say, I'm okay, I'm okay. And when I look at pictures of me when I was young, my pictures look just like that, but not when I was older, you know, because um, I wasn't being beaten. Also, the fact that the teachers were saying that they were so helpful with other kids and so affectionate and all that. When you're being beaten at home and you're beaten down mentally, it's so important when you go to school that you convince those people that you're a good person so that they don't abuse you too. And so you go way out of your way to be helpful to everybody, to be friendly to everybody, to be the kid that sticks out as being wonderful. And it it actually kind of carries through your whole life. um, uh, I I, I, my childhood was so bad that the police were at our house 3 to 5 times a week. Um, and when I'll never forget, and this tells you how big I was when it happened. The policeman that came was always the same. It was a small suburb, and so the same guy almost always came. And when he would try to leave, I would put both of my feet on one of his boots and hold on to his belt. So I would guess I was maybe 3, 4. And I can remember him walking out to his patrol car and me begging him to take me with him because I just wanted out. I just wanted away from everything that was going on at my house. And he used to say, I'll be patrolling. I'll keep an eye out. It'll be okay. And curiously enough, when I grew up, I married a man who wanted to be a police officer. and and then when we divorced, we were together for 20 years. And when we divorced, there was a 3-year gap. And then I just happened to meet another police officer. And so I was married to the first one for 20 years and the second one for 23 years. And I think it's because that's when I feel safe, you know? And my husband's passed away now, but in 2016.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But I just, I don't know why. Like I said, I don't really need to tell that, but I just want people to know when you see
Right.
pictures of kids that have that really forced smile. The one teacher addressed it today. He said that Natan always had a smile. He always came in. He was always happy. And then when he came in the day when his notebook was torn in half, you know, or no, it was when he went home and he didn't have a happy face
Right. Yeah.
for his activity that day. He came in the next day and he was very quiet and withdrawn, and he still smiled, but it seemed forced. And I totally got that. And if you can go back anyway and look at those kids' pictures and look at their eyes, how squinty they are, how every one of them, their smiles are extreme. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like everything's okay in my life, you know. You're just trying to assure the world, because you don't want the rest of the world to, quote, know how bad you are. I really thought I was bad.
Right.
And so I felt like I had to put on this face and this persona when I was around other people, because I didn't want them to think I was bad too. So I probably have a little bit different take on the children than a lot of people do. But God, I saw it in their pictures. And I mean, every time they show pictures of those kids, I just bawl. I can only imagine what they went through.
Right. And they were starved for
Yeah.
affection. Yeah. Because I mean, I've been a Girl Scout leader and things like that, and I've seen,
Yes.
you know, kids that are just, they can't wait to hug you or just
They
have any
just want
kind
to
of,
hang on
yeah.
you. That's how I was. I was a clinger.
Yeah.
Anybody I could grab onto that I felt was safe, boom. I wanted to go home with them. Can I live with you?
Right. Can I come over?
Yeah, I wanted to go to their house. Can I stay? Can I stay the night? Can I stay forever? I just wanted out of where I was, but I dared not tell anybody what was really going on at my house because I thought I was bad.
Yeah.
I thought I was bad. My brothers didn't get whipped like that. They did not.
Did your mother just have it out for you because you were a girl, or maybe because
Yes. And that became very obvious when I became a teenager. I, when I left the house, I had just turned 18, and my mother remarried a wonderful man when I was 10 years old. If it wasn't for him, I probably, my dad was the bad guy up until the time I was 10, but my mom beat me, but my dad was an alcoholic.
Your dad is the
And
one that held you all at gunpoint, right, or something?
yes,
Yeah, I
yes.
remember. Yeah,
He,
okay.
he turned all the burners on the gas stove and
Right, yeah.
held us at gunpoint. Yeah, and told us that we were all going to die. And that was, like weekly stuff.
Wow.
There was always something. There's always something going on. And so when my mom divorced him when I was about 8 or 9, then she met this wonderful man that was a super, super dad to me. Best dad of any of my friends. They were all jealous. And my mom suddenly started drinking.
Oh,
And so then she became the alcoholic.
oh.
And she would, as I got older, when he was around, he would intervene. He would not let her beat me to the point where I was bleeding. I have scars on the back of my legs to this day, and I'm 68 years old.
Wow. What was
but,
she beating you with, like a stick?
No, a belt usually, or a
Oh.
hairbrush, or a high-heeled shoe,
Wow, okay.
or about anything that she could get a hold of. The thing that would leave the worst marks was the belt. She would double it over in her hand and just beat me over and over and over until I just had like slash marks on my legs.
Wow.
And they were open, and I was so embarrassed when it came time for gym class. I would tell them I was sick and go to the nurse's office because I didn't want to undress, because if everybody saw how badly I was beaten on the tops of my legs, she always kept it on the backs of my legs and my butt and my back. So it was covered with my skirt. And she was very careful about where she hit. So
She
that
was
nobody
never
could see the
worried that
mark.
you would tell anyone?
I don't know. I don't know why. I thought she had me convinced I was bad. She did a mental number on me along with the beatings. And so that's what I'm trying to say about the kids, is that in deep inside, because of the way they were being treated at home, they felt the necessity to be super good and super helpful and all that when they're out, so that other people don't realize how bad they really are. I would go to the nurse's office instead of gym class because I didn't want to take my clothes off. I thought if everybody saw all the marks on the backs of my legs, they would know that I was a bad person. And I tried so hard to come across as being good and helpful and friendly and nice, and had this huge smile pasted on my face, just like the Jones kids, just exactly. Look closely at their pictures. The eyes don't lie. They're squinted up. They're not even open. They are literally blocking out the truth in order to be able to smile. They're closing their eyes to the truth so that they can put these great big smiles on, just like you would a mask.
Right,
And
yeah.
And anyway, when I turned 18, I just happened to be standing at the top of our stairwell. We had a big stairway at the house. And my mom said something to me, and I turned around and looked at her just as she landed a fist right in the middle of my face.
Wow.
Knocked me unconscious down the steps. And we had a brick landing at the bottom, and I was out cold. And when I came to, my dad had come in the room and realized what had happened, and he was kind of telling my mom, I've told you, you cannot do that to these kids. You can't do it to her. You've got to keep your hands off of her. And I just got up and I said, Daddy, you're wasting your breath. I said, I'm out of here. And I went to my room, packed a suitcase, left, and never went back.
So she beat you all the way up till you were 18?
Yes.
Wow.
She knocked me unconscious. That was her last final act before I packed up and left the house. So those kids' lives, as long as they were with him, probably wasn't going to change. And I think that's why I cried so much when I was watching the teachers today, because I could identify so much with the kids. And if they hadn't died, I mean, honest to God, they're probably in a better place, because it doesn't stop. It only gets worse, The only time that she would lay off of me is if she was passed out cold on the couch, drunk. So.
Did you ever reconcile with her? Or?
Yes, actually. It's a long story, but yeah, I never was really separate from her. She knew where I went. I told her where I went and all that stuff. She was very, very controlling. And I did not realize that I was so much under her control, probably till I was in my 30s. I needed constant feedback from her to see if I was having a good day or a bad day. I had so much counseling, that I, for some reason, what the things that she said to me and the things that she did to me, I took totally to heart. And it screws up your whole life, basically. It changes who you are inside. And I saw that in those kids, and it just made me hurt so bad. But in another way, I think, that they got out of the situation they were in. And maybe, sometimes when I see cases like this, and I think, where's God when all this happens? How can God allow a man to beat on little kids like that? It's so not right. But then I think, they're in a better place, and that's really bad that you have to.
You have to think that, yeah.
Yeah. But I know what it's like if you don't get out. I know what it's like if you have to do your whole 18 years under that kind of, handling and God, I had a horrible childhood. I really did. And like I said, I only felt safe in this world if there was a policeman by my side. As crazy as that sounds. When I look back on it, I know. Well, after I divorced my first husband, I dated a man, and we dated for a couple of years. And then I went on a vacation with him. And on that vacation, he got drunk and he beat me up. And so when we broke up, of course. I immediately got away from him. When we came home, I got an order of protection and got away from him. And then the next person that I ran into was my second husband, a policeman. And all my bruises weren't even healed. I had a broken nose and I was missing a tooth. And
that the boyfriend beat you up that bad that he broke your nose?
Yeah. He told me he was going to kill me. And the way I got away from him, I had to play dead.
Wow.
I held my breath and made my body completely limp. I was on my back on the floor in a hotel room, and he was drunk, and he had on like cowboy boots, and he kept telling me, I'm going to kill you, and he kept hitting me in the face and the head, and I had just had neck surgery. I had disc surgery on my neck. And so I thought, he kept telling me, I'm going to kill you and bury you out back, and they'll never find your body. Nobody even knows where you are. And I really believed him. And something just kicked into my head. And I thought, once he thinks I'm dead, he probably will stop hitting.
Mm-hmm.
So I just made my body completely limp, let my mouth fall open. My eyes were like half. I've seen dead bodies from my first husband being a homicide detective. I've seen pictures of dead bodies, so I knew exactly what to do. And just made myself completely limp. And lo and behold, he got up off of me, went out of the room. I heard the door slam. I counted to 5, and I made sure that everything would move. I managed to get up and run to the front desk and tell them to call 911. And we were in the middle of nowhere. It took them forever to get there. But when the police officer got there, I just grabbed onto him, and I would not let go. He had to ride in the ambulance with me to the hospital. And then I was in a safe house for a couple of days while I tried to figure out how to get back home and everything. It was just a mess. But I just thought it was kind of funny looking back that after that, I met my second husband. He was 21 years older than I was, but I felt safe with him, you know.
Right, yeah.
And I
And
thought,
you were probably also trying to look for a father figure that you never had.
yes.
Right, yeah.
Well, I did after I was 10. I had a wonderful father figure from 10 to 18.
Right,
Well,
yeah.
until he passed away in 94. He was a wonderful father. So I knew. And my second husband was like so much like my dad. And when I met him, my dad was actually dying of cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody was saying, you're just trying to not let go of your dad by marrying this man that's old enough to be your father.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, call it whatever you want to. I'm happy. I feel secure. I feel calm. I feel loved. You know, go mess with your own life. Mine's going to be just fine. Don't worry about me. You know?
Right, yeah.
So yeah, I married a man, and he passed away. He was 85 when he died in 2016, and I was 64.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was kind of an early widow because I married an older man, but we had wonderful, wonderful years together.
Would you do it again?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. In a heartbeat. That man worshiped the ground I walked on.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh yes, yes. My first husband was the perfect person to raise children with.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was a kid. He was like a kid.
Right.
And so he would it was like raising 2 kids kind of. But my second husband was the perfect person to be retired with. He retired 2 months after we got married, and we bought an RV and we traveled, and we had a wonderful time until he got sick.
How many years were you together?
23.
23, okay.
Yeah. 12 of that he was sick, and I took care of him. And then he finally, it was so stupid. He just had a simple infection,
Mm-hmm.
and he picked up a MRSA infection from the hospital.
Oh.
Yeah, and I ended up losing him over just a stupid thing. Just a stupid thing.
Wow.
But yeah. But anyways, I won't tie this up anymore. I know people
No,
are
I
tired
mean,
of hearing
a
me.
lot of people related to your story there in the chat. They said you're
they
telling
did?
their story, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
Mhm.
so I'm not the only. Maybe somebody else noticed that in those kids' pictures too. Then.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
That-
you could go back and read the chat. Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to. I'm so curious if there was anybody else that noticed that or knew that. And that one teacher today, Mr. Stone, I think his name was,
Mm-hmm.
He keyed right on it, and I thought, that's a wise guy. He's a good teacher. He knew exactly what,
Yeah.
that Natan was having a rough time at home way before that notebook was torn in half.
Right.
So
Yeah.
he saw it in Natan's face.
Sure. Yeah. And I mean, yeah, he saw the bruises too on his neck.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. Well, my mom was very careful. She never put a mark on me that could be seen unless I was undressed. But I got in so much trouble for not participating in phys ed in my high school years. I would not undress in the locker room because everybody would know how bad I was.
Was she just beating you for? Were they real infractions or
For
something, or were it
anything.
just because she was in a bad mood? She picked on anything?
Yes. I would. She just didn't like what I was wearing, and I wasn't. I was a good kid. It wasn't. I didn't like to dye my hair orange or wear any weird clothes. She insisted on sewing and making all my clothes. But if I would get beat for things like telling her, because she wore a size 7 shoe. And by the time I was 18, I wore an 8.5. And she used to tell me, I guess to save money, here, wear these shoes. And she would give me her shoes. And I would say, oh my God, they hurt my feet so bad. They hurt. Wear them anyway. And, that's the shoes. You want to wear them or you want to go barefoot? And then I would come home barefoot and get beaten because I'd taken the shoes off. And they were 7s and I'm an 8.5.
Right.
And so, what do you mean coming down the street barefoot? What do you think people will think of you? And that was enough to get beaten for. So,
Wow.
just dumb stuff like that.
And you were her only daughter?
Yes. When the thing that she knocked me out in the face about when I was 18, she had said something about my dad, and he was always so good to me. I turned around and told her, don't ever talk him down to me. I was like defending his honor. And she turned around and accused me, oh, well, you've probably slept with him. And that was when the fist hit my face.
Oh.
Yeah. And, at 18, and I'm being honest with you, I did not even know what that meant. I thought, how can she say I slept with him when she's in bed with him every night? I'm down the hall.
Right.
And I thought sleeping with somebody meant sleeping with them. I knew nothing of sex. I was still playing with dolls when I was 14. When I was 18, I had no clue what sex even was. So, I mean, I was as innocent as they come because I was kept at home all the time. I had to do the cooking, the dishes. I had to scrub and wax the floors, vacuum, do the laundry, iron my dad's shirts for work because my mom just stayed drunk. And it was like,
Were you the oldest?
No, middle.
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 And did your older brother ever take up for you?
My older brother left home when he was 14.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and my younger brother was the baby. He could do no wrong. So, my older brother couldn't take it. He took off at 14.
So she abused him too, but in a different way?
Nope.
No?
He couldn't. No, he could not stand watching me get hit. She did several times. He actually did things to get in trouble. I didn't. I was always the good kid, to be honest with you. My brothers both did drugs in high school and everything. I never did any of that. I was busy running a household. I mean, who are we kidding?
Right.
But because I was the mom from the time I was 8. You know, when my mom got a divorce, she put me in charge of all the cooking, the house cleaning, the laundry, making the beds every day. I mean, I was like her live-in maid. And every time the bed wasn't made perfectly right, here would come the belt, you know. And she would just, swear at me and beat the heck out of me. But a couple times, I remember my mom taking my older brother in his room. This is right before he left home at 14, and I could hear the belt. I was pounding on his door, screaming at her, "Mommy, Mommy, please don't hit him. Hit me instead, please. Don't hit him."
Wow.
I loved my big brother. To this day, my big brother and I are so, so close. And I didn't want her to do to him what she was doing to me.
Right. Yeah. Oh.
And I would beg her to hit instead because I was used to it.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And he wasn't. So
Right,
anyway,
yeah.
I could get off, but I just want you guys to look close at those kids' pictures. Look at those forced smiles and those squinty eyes. The squinty eyes are shutting out reality. And the smiles are really huge for a reason. They're screaming to the world, "I'm a good kid. I'm a good kid. I really am."
Right.
That's what those pictures are trying to say. I don't know. So they really broke my heart.
Yeah, I imagine they would. Yeah, definitely. If you could see, you would be able
Yeah.
to see that right away. Yeah, in them.
Yeah, when I look back at the pictures of me when I was a kid, I think, oh my God, I did the same thing now. Who closes their eyes every time when they're smiling? You're smiling so wide that your eyes are shut.
Right, because you're trying to hide everything. Yeah. That's going on.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. I tried to tell everybody everything's okay, because if Mom ever finds out if I told somebody it's not okay, I'll probably be dead,
Yeah, wow, that's crazy. And Sonny, you were the one that also, right? You told me you solved a crime with your husband or something, right?
Yes.
You acted it out, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm trying
I
to
love
remember,
being
and
married to a
also the
cop.
one that the man killed his son or something, and
Yes.
Yeah.
And I met
So
him
you
in
have
the
a- yeah, you
hallway
have a
of the
lot of-
police department.
yeah,
I have a
right.
lot of experiences. Everybody says I should write a book.
Yeah, you should.
I've had a lot of life experiences. I really have.
Yeah,
It's
and
been
also
an
with your
interesting
son
ride.
and that little boy, right? Your son and the little boy, right? That was you
yeah.
too,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've definitely had a lot of experience, but you broke the cycle because it sounds like, especially when you told that story, right?
Yeah.
You raised
My
your son in a
son-
better way.
My son blows me away almost every time I talk to him. The first time when he told me, he says, "Mom, I always knew I had it good when I was a kid, but I didn't realize how good. So I got to be an adult and heard some other people's stories about how they were raised."
Right.
He said, "I appreciate everything you did for me. And you were always there. And I mean, there was never any school function I wasn't at. I wrote the school newsletter. It was just, I was always very active in his life, and made sure that even when I was working, that I would get my work hours changed around so that when he came home from school, I would be here with a hot snack for him, because my mom was never there for me. I was a latchkey kid, but when she came home, the shit would hit the fan. And I wanted my son to be greeted with a smile and a hug every day. And how was your day? There's nothing more important in my life right now than us sitting down and you telling me how your day was. And so, yeah, he turned out so good. I'm so, so proud of him.
That's great.
But I think I had an example of what I didn't want to be, what kind of parent I didn't want to be. And that was probably the thing that made me the kind of parent that I am that I was.
Right.
But yeah, the first time that he told me, I didn't realize how lucky I was. It's like, oh man, there was like nothing he could have told me that would have made my life more worthwhile than that. To know that I had parented him well,
Right.
and that he
Absolutely.
was really ready for the world at 18. When he was born, I remember looking down at this little tiny 5-pound bundle in my arms and thinking, I have 18 years to make this into a wonderful man who will be a good husband and father to somebody, you know.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
every year on his birthday, I would think, now I have 17 years, now I have 16 years, now I have 15 years, all the way till he left home. So,
Yeah.
um,
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to jump off here and let other people. I know they have stuff to say too, and I'm hogging it. So.
No, you're
All
not
right.
hogging it. I mean, a lot of people related to your story. So, yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I hesitated to even call, but
No, I'm glad you
uh,
did. I'm glad you
just
did. And I'm glad
wanted to
that
share
you
it so that,
made it through that
yeah,
horrific
yeah. When you
time.
guys see those pictures, just really look at the faces.
Right.
You'll
Yeah.
see. You'll see what I saw. You'll see it.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I could see it a little bit with kids that I've known that were like, I don't know how neglected or just in the Girl Scouts, you would see that they wanted to be with me when I was making the snacks, and they wanted to,
Yes,
hug me all the time. And yeah, you could just see it. Yeah, when you're with
exactly.
them, yeah, that they're starved for.
They're not getting it at home.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's just so important for parents to do, is to be affectionate. I mean, they have to be the number one person in their kids' lives, the leader, the example. And you can't preach one thing and do another. That's another thing that I see a lot of people doing, telling their kids to do one thing, and then the parents, stand
Right.
on the back porch and smoke pot while they're telling their kids, don't do drugs.
Yeah.
But
Right.
don't mind that we're on the back porch smoking pot. I mean,
Right.
that's not really a drug. You know, everybody has their excuses and what they can live with. But okay, anyway, gonna hop off here.
Okay. All right. Thanks for calling.
Thank you so much for listening to me.
Okay.
Thanks. Bye bye.
All right. Bye bye. Okay. So let's see. Well, a lot of you, I guess, relate to that, right, from Sunny. And I'm sorry, some of you said you were triggered. I hope not, but I think. Tammy, I hope you're okay. I know you said you can't handle. Hey, Lola. Wow, I'm just looking at some of what you were saying. You almost feel like Mira and Etan knew. Well, Mira and I think Eli absolutely knew. Absolutely, because they knew Natan had been killed. Man and daughters find abandoned newborn. What is this? This is a real thing right now? An abandoned newborn in the woods? Where was that? Yeah, you're so scared for the kids and how they felt that moment. Yeah, it's terrible. They absolutely feared their dad. They didn't respect their dad. They only feared him. And telling you, I just feel like I want to scratch Tim Jones' eyes out. That smug face. Thinks he's so smart. You wouldn't believe how many she found when we moved. It was because one of us was in trouble. Oh, you put them behind there, Sandra, the fly swatters? You couldn't get through the testimony of the teacher's aide. You had to stop for a couple of hours and go back. Yeah, Charlene, it was difficult, right? You've been through something similar, that, Jamie? The baby was found in the woods in Georgia. Wow. And Trisha, Callie, they don't have any leads on who it was. It was a newborn. The umbilical cord and everything was attached. Was it brand new? Makes me want to donate a shoebox full of shoelaces. Hey, Casbot. The baby was wrapped in a rubber bath mat. And this just happened, Dana, today? You always thought you were the only one with a mean mom, Alicia? The young daughters were having a hard time, the father said. What do you mean the young daughters? The young daughters who found it? Or I'm going to have to read up on that one. I don't know about that case. You said it's Georgia, right? Georgia? Just got a notification on 11 Alive News. Oh, just on 11 Alive? But the baby's okay? Too late for what, Ashley? What's it too late for, Ashley? The baby is strong. Next week sometime I would think, Jamie. The baby's fine. Oh, to try to get over it? No, to try to get over the abuse? No, 50 is not too old. You're not old. 50 is the new 30, Ashley. It's never too late. But they don't know who the mother is, Bella. They don't know. I don't know why they didn't drop it. Well, at least they didn't. But what if it wasn't found, you know? I don't know why they just don't put it in a safe haven. Right. I know, Dana. I don't know. At least, you know, she didn't leave it in a dumpster or something, but I don't know how deep in the woods it was, and what if was it where somebody would find it or not? I mean, obviously it was found, but I mean, is it a freak occurrence that it was found, or was it going to be very... I wonder if they can do a DNA on the baby and look in any of those databases to find the mother. Is that okay? They can do that? Oh, that'd be good, Miss Coeli. That'd be good for you, Miss Coeli, not to carry that around. You have to get the rage out. The dad said if they had their air conditioner on, they wouldn't have heard the baby crying. So it was like in someone's backyard, but it wasn't his daughters, right, that had the baby. Georgia's a safe haven state too. I can't imagine being the one to find. You feel sad, Joanne? Why do you feel sad? What are the statistics for babies placed that they created? I don't know, Julia. That would be good to find out, right? Hey, Wildlife. Oh, it hurt you too. I'm sorry, Joanne. Sorry to hear that. Everyone is asked to wear pink at the rally. Malia's. Oh, they're having a rally for Malia. Good night, Foxy Bot. You wish you could meet Sunny Bunny? Well, maybe you lived near her. I don't know. Where do you guys live? Sunny Bunny. Ashley Vestal wishes she could meet you. You're in Petaluma, California? You're going to call it a night? Okay, little lady Di. Hi, Jessica. No idea on the details, just saw breaking news alert. Not much info. Okay. Which makes you 40, right? Yeah, 40. Yeah, Diana. Sunny's in Arizona. You guys are not that far apart. CMYTU2. License to dance. I don't feel anything anymore. Numb. Will it ever end? What? Feelings of you were abused too? CMY? Oh, Bridget's in Arizona too. Yuma, Arizona. Do you know if Amber is still veto? Is still veto? Give a statement. She is giving a statement. Yeah, she will be. Yep. Yep. Mayor of Houston declares Sunday Malia Davis Day. He's turning the city hall pink, her favorite color. That's good. Your son graduated from the University of Arizona? Oh, Jeannie's in Arizona too. She's in Yuma, Jeannie. So you've been to Tucson a lot? Jimmy's telling me about, you like Arizona, Ashley? Some serial killer. He's been telling me all day about some serial killer in Chicago that was caught. And he's like, and it was weird because oh, you're in Glendale, Phoenix? I have friends around there, and I have cousins around there too, Jeannie. Scottsdale. And my friend used to live in Glendale, and she just moved a little, I don't know, maybe a town or so away. He said that this man brought prostitutes, and Jimmy goes to me, he brought older prostitutes, like 50. I said, so, 50's not old, this is the new 30. But no, he said he brought older prostitutes to abandoned warehouses, and then he's been telling me about this all day, but I haven't really looked the whole thing up. So did you guys hear about this? Because I don't know that much about it. All I know is the little bits and pieces. You used to live in Glendale, TV, until about 12 years ago? You emailed me today about a mass murderer who claims to have killed nearly 100 people. Did you? Let me go check emails. Oh, hang on. JP, what is this? Hang on. Jessica. Oh, Ali, yeah, let me do that right now. I'm going to do that right now before I forget, because you're right. I did forget, I'm right. I'm sending that to you right now. Ali Cattails. Sometimes if I don't do something right away. And don't be afraid to tell me if I forget something I told you, because I do forget things and need to be reminded sometimes. It's okay, I won't get upset. Jennifer, I can email you after the, or tomorrow at the latest. Let me see here. Hold on, let me get to... Here's the email coming through, Jessica. Okay, and... Okay, let's see now. Who said they sent me a murder or something? Let me see. Sakura, right? Oh, here we go. So, yeah, this is the guy. This is the guy, right? Sakura, this is the guy. Is this the guy he's talking about? No. Wait a minute. No, this is somebody else, right? Okay. Here is perhaps an interesting case for future discussions by the True Crime Ramblers. More than 60 deaths in 14 states now linked to serial killer, prosecutor says. So, let's see. I thought perhaps Sakura Girl said this might be an interesting case. If this chap is telling the truth about how many murders he has committed over the years, that would make him the most prolific serial killer in the U.S. of all time. Now, that's a horrible badge to wear, but it might just be something that may be very interesting for all of us to ramble on endlessly. I watched the live stream of the Tim Jones Jr. penalty phase this morning, and I was absolutely gobsmacked when the prosecution rested after having called so few witnesses. However, from my professional perspective, I can tell you that they did an excellent job when they chose those particular witnesses, and each witness then did a fabulous job of portraying the reality of these children's daily lives at school to the jurors. The teachers and babysitters knew these 5 children best. Of course, it's extremely heartbreaking testimony, and it boggles the mind how little Timmy can sit there stony-faced without so much as even a twitch of a reaction. The only time he appears to have wept, albeit minimally and very briefly, mostly, if not entirely for show, was yesterday when the prosecutor had a witness read a portion of something that his daughter had written about at school. I was not at all impressed with any of the witnesses which the defense team has proliferated to date to either the guilt or for the penalty phase. They are wasting so much time in this trial. It's an abomination, and it's nonsensical excuse they offered for not having had any more witnesses lined up and available to testify today would have landed me in jail for contempt of court. If I'd ever tried to pull something like that here, no way Canadian liars ever get away with that sort of behavior in Canada. Those are just my 2 cents worth. Regards, Sakura Girl. So this is a case what Dallas, a Texas prosecutor, said today that investigators may have linked more than 60 killings in at least 40 states to a 79-year-old California inmate who may be the most prolific serial killer in U.S. history. And let's see, Ector County District Attorney Bobby Bland and Samuel Little continues to cooperate with investigators from around the country who interrogate him in prison about the cold case killings dating back to the 1970s. In February, he put the number of killings that had been linked to Little at 50. Little was convicted of killing 3 Los Angeles women and pleaded guilty to killing a Texas woman, and he's serving life sentences in California. Little, who lived a nomadic lifestyle, claims to have killed 93 women as he crisscrossed the country over the years. Bland said Little is in failing health, and he has exhausted his appeals, leading him to become forthcoming to investigators. At this point in his life, he's determined to make sure that the victims are found, he said. During Little's 2014 trial in Los Angeles, prosecutors said he was very likely responsible for at least 40 killings since 1980. Authorities at the time were looking for possible links to deaths in Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, Ohio, and Texas. But Little was not forthcoming with information at the time, and Bland credits Texas Ranger James Holland with gaining Little's trust and eventually eliciting a series of confessions. Holland traveled to California last year to speak with Little about cold cases in Texas. That led Little to be extradited to Texas, and his guilty plea in December in the 1994 strangulation death of Denise Christine Brothers in the West Texas city of Odessa. But Holland's conversations with Little have confirmed even after Little returned to California to serve his sentences there. When he received an update from Holland this week, information provided to Holland was then relayed to the law enforcement agencies in several states, leading to a revolving door of investigators who traveled to California to collaborate decades-old deaths. It was Holland who determined from his conversations with Little that he was responsible for 93 deaths. He explains that Little's victims often were suffocated or strangled, in many cases, leaving few physical marks and leading investigators to describe the women who died of overdoses or of natural causes. There's been no false information given, Bland said. Nothing has been proven to be false. Gary Ridgway, the so-called Green River Killer, pleaded guilty to killing 49 women and girls and making him the most prolific serial killer in U.S. history in terms of confirmed kills, though he is said to have killed 71. But I'm not sure if that's... Let's see what else. Okay, Lynn says Wednesday, September 18th, 2019 is now looking to be the date for the Watts House auction. And Lynn says it says the house is occupied. I can see it to keep looky-loos away. I wonder if it is, and not cleared for auction yet. Can be delayed or canceled. This could all be nothing, but the Jones trial just ended, and I have lots to do. How do you spell procrastination? Did you find out anything? And you left me a link here, right? So, it does say occupied. Do not disturb occupants. Trespassing is a criminal offense. Why bid on occupied properties? And that's a link. But I don't think it is occupied. And then there's a picture of the house. And it's on the calendar for Wednesday, September 18th, 2019. Estimated resale value, $611,000. Okay, so that's been changed. 2825 Saratoga Trail. Okay. Teresa says, I just watched Natan's kindergarten teacher on the witness stand. It was heart-wrenching, yes, yet it was fantastic that a male teacher was the witness because it portrayed the difference between Tim Jones as a father and what a normal father would act like. It was great that Mr. Stone, his teacher, had a son that he mentioned how he acted with him. I felt that the witnesses have helped the prosecution immensely with the penalty phase of the trial. Thank you, Teresa. Oops. Joanne, you have a lot of things for weekend show and tell. We'll probably get to weekend show and tell tomorrow since today's been so grueling with everything, but maybe we'll still have time for a few. I don't know. Let's see. Mama Ames says, hey, Carolyn, are you watching the Tim Jones penalty phase testimony? Yes. Did I miss something? I thought Amber was going to say something. I might have missed it. It's going to be a victim's impact statement that she will do. Or did they change their mind and decide not to put her through it again? I'm concerned about her. Is she okay? Please let me know. I'm at work trying hard not to bawl my eyes out at my desk. I don't believe the death penalty should be handed out in every case, but in this case, I wish it were legal to strangle him into unconsciousness. Wake him and repeat that over and over for every sweet baby he murdered until the 5th time, holding on until he stops breathing. He is just evil. I believe he blamed Natan for Amber leaving him and took it all out on him. That poor child was the target of his anger. It was evident. Tim never shed one tear the whole time his teachers were on the stand talking about him, yet he sobbed while they were discussing Mira and Eli. Please let me know how Amber is holding up. Let her know she has so many people praying for her. Thank you, Mom Ames. Okay, and Pam Spence also said with the, postponed auction on the Watts house. Yep. Okay, I'm trying to see if anybody else has anything here. Let's see. Okay, so Pam Spence said, point me to the crime. Oh, You're off to find the crime. And let's see here. So I think, let me just come back to the chat for a sec. Good night, M. Hank. American filter coffee. It's not great. American filter coffee? What is American filter coffee? Good night, Lisa H. Well, since did Joanne leave, or is Joanne still here? Hi, Lilyville. You were listening to someone today, and they think the police are waiting to make the house sale to be delayed because they still need it for future evidence. Yeah, I don't think that's true. But I think, I think they've got all their evidence, out of that house, because somebody said the house has been repainted, I've heard, and stuff. You don't think this guy had any hookers? Yeah, it sounded like, because Jimmy said the guy is old. I don't know whether I got his stories crossed or if there's another one in Chicago. Did anybody answer that one? Thank you, Dana. Love this channel. Thank you. Uh-oh, Diane C. What happened to Diane C? She's okay? Not okay? What happened? Did she? All right, let's show some. I know Joanne was feeling kind of sad. Let's show some of Diane's toys. Not Diane's, Joanne's toys. Okay. I'm trying to find Joanne's toys. I just opened Joanne's toys. Oh, here we go. So these are Joanne's vintage toys. I had these Tinker toys. I had mine in a big cylinder tin. Okay. Okay. Are those paper dolls? Joanne? Yeah, Joanne. I think so. Oh, this is a newer phone. I should show you my Chatter phone. I have mine that's wood. I have from my first set of kids and my second set. I think I have 3 of them, but mine are the wood kind. I never bought this. This is the more modern one, even though that it's probably from still 20 years old now, maybe. But I always bought the classic styled one. And I still have my wooden cash register. And my wooden school bus. And then I have my kids' versions. Binoculars. Okay. Tinker Toys, Paper Doll, Doggies, Fisher Price phone. Okay. And I thought you had let's see. Teresa Fisher wants me to show this video. I know you had some dolls here too, Joanne. I'm trying to find. Very nice, thank you. I thought you had some dolls or something. I probably in my mail here. You just Tinky sent, whoops. I know, that's, hang on. I just accidentally clicked out of my, hang on. Clicked the wrong thing and I clicked myself out of Zoom. Hang on. There I am. Okay. I know that I'll have to find, oh, here we go. Here we go. I knew I found it. Okay. Some of my baby dolls, Joanne. Very cute. Whoops. Okay. How do I, okay. Never gonna freak people out about dolls. We're scared of dolls. Go to the dollar store. They have simple garden decor. Yeah, Dollar Tree does. The garden seemed peaceful. That was a happy maker. You love whirlybirds. Does anyone think it's obvious? NK. Little independent gems and they need the money. Which one? What documentary is this? What are you talking to? Channel? What? You're welcome for sharing. How would I submit a photo for show and tell? You email it to Carolyn@truecrimechat.org. Show and tell. The little boy. Oh, yeah. Yes. Grandma, right? Grandma. Little Billy. Wasn't it Little Billy? Come with me, Billy. That was filmed in an entirely different manner, that Twilight Zone. It's weird how you can see it, just how differently it was filmed. Your first is wood, the clock, wooden cash register, carousel. Yeah, but it's the newer Fisher-Price Chatterphone. I should get mine. I think I have at least 2 or 3. Whose birthday? Oh, happy birthday, Ashley. Oh, prayer is important for living each day. Yeah, wildlife, yeah. A French press. A coffee press. A cafeteria. Plunger coffee, glass jug. It doesn't have to be a glass jug. It can be stainless steel and stuff too. Is that how you make your coffee, Casbot? I have a lot of French presses, but sadly, we use the K-cups. I shouldn't say sadly. We just probably have no patience. Small Emerald. I've never been able to figure out how coffee can smell so good but taste so bad. You probably made it too strong. The drum kit that lives next to you. Oh, you have a drum, somebody playing the drums. Good night, Lisa Age. Thank you for reading my email. You're welcome. Sakura knows why Amber did not testify during the prosecution's part. She's going to make an impact statement. You were listening to someone today and they think the police are wanting to make the house. Oh, that's, yeah, I already read that, so then maybe I caught up then. Is anybody watching Chernobyl on HBO? My daughter is watching it, and she's telling me that I need to watch it. It's very good. There's also another one that I started on Netflix about the Central Park jogger. You know, do you remember the whole case about the Central Park jogger? No more porcelain. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I used to have. I mean, I still have porcelain, but I have vinyl. You would freak out if you saw some of my dolls. They could make people freak out. You watch Chernobyl? Well, it's still going on, right? I mean, I think they're dropping an episode every week, right? You are? Yeah, there's a man saying I look sleepy. Yeah, I'm a little sleepy. I'm gonna go. You watched the one about the Central Park jogger. Was it good? Because I just started it. I'm not far into it. I started it the other night. It's pretty good. Which one are you talking about, Sheila? Are you talking about Chernobyl or the one with the Central Park jogger on Netflix? The Netflix series one or Chernobyl? You haven't watched Chernobyl? It seemed like it would be good. So much suffering. I'm afraid it will make me worry. Well, my daughter was watching some of the episodes here. I know Jimmy was watching a few of them. She's like, the first episode is a little hard, but after that, you really get into it. Oh, drowsy. I had drowsy, yeah. Can you please explain? Oh, all you have to do if you want to do that, Kathy, is you just go to the video description, and it just says my Amazon link. And if you click on that, it will bring you to Amazon. And then Amazon tracks it. You don't have to do anything else. There's nothing else for you to do except just shop for whatever you're shopping for. It tracks it so that what happens when you put a link like that in, then you do your shopping, whatever it is, and Amazon sees that you came in through a link that is identified, that identifies me. And then they give me a percentage. So instead of they're getting all the profit, they take that and they give it back to whoever has affiliate links. They give us a little piece. You don't have to do anything else, but just once you click on the link, that's it. You just shop like normal. Everything else Amazon takes care of. Do they sell curtains and blinds at Ollie's? They do. They have really good deals on curtain rods. I mean, at least at the ones, they have like Levolor curtain rods for $7.99 for huge ones. You know what I'm talking about with the finials on the end and stuff? They sell lots of curtains there. They have lots of towels and bedding, lots of bedding, bath rugs. They have lots of area rugs, stuff like that. Yeah. You have tons of Kewpie dolls. Russia talking about building a spear around Chernobyl reactor a while ago. Your son said it was really good. Yeah, my daughter said it's really good. Good night, you go girl. A lady I know has a son-in-law that was in Chernobyl when they evacuated everyone after the reactor melt. Exhausted, just wanted to say hello. Yeah. I'm with you there. I ran today, I did like a half run and a half really fast walk with my new sneaker. These are the best sneakers I've ever had. I'm serious. I am so serious. They really make you want to run. I can't even believe I'm saying that, but yes. I have to take a picture of my new curtains for the new house when we get them hung. That was my dog. Don't get scared. That dog, that's my Westie. She's sleeping. She's sleeping on her dog bed, like under the on the other side, under my feet. My sneakers. Yeah, the ones I showed you the other night. The Flex, whatever they are, the Flex thingies from Nike. Half-fast walk. Yeah, Sunny Bunny. I did it with Luke. Jimmy was supposed to be following us. We couldn't wait. And we just started running up the around. Is that why I'm sleepy? The new Nikes? They do. I'm telling you. They really, they're like nothing else. I live in one of those areas. Oh, really, Sonia? TMI, vegetables are growing even though winter, and outside sea monkeys are 34 plus hours still mating. You sent me pics. Oh, I think I put one of your pics it's in the compilation, isn't it? That I just put out. Did you check that one out? I have vegetables of yours in there. I didn't see the sea monkeys yet. Did you just send the sea monkeys? Yeah, your leaks were on the show and tell yesterday, and they're in the compilation. There is a compilation video. Alicia, you have to tell me how much fun you have. Would tomorrow work? Walking or running, Nike Flex, the needs new ones. I showed them in the other video. They're Nike Flex Performance or something. Nike Flex should have to pay. Yeah, they should. Right? But I'm telling the truth. I really like them. I mean, I'm usually really. I don't usually brag about sneakers. But these are, I was running in the kitchen. I'm embarrassed to say, the reason I knew that I was running in the kitchen last night, I was running around the island in the kitchen last night. I wasn't going to tell many people. First, I started running from like here up to the toaster because I said, why do these shoes make me feel like running? Because I'm not somebody that really likes to run, okay? And then I started running as fast as I could. I sound scary. From here to the toaster because I said, oh my gosh. And then I started running around the island. Thank goodness nobody was here. Can you imagine if my live was on then and they didn't know? You guys would have thought, wow, she's lost her mind. And then today I was doing work and I couldn't believe it. It was, I kept saying, I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to go for a walk, run. And it was 7:30. I was getting like one call, my sister, my brother, everybody. So 7:30 I said, and no video of me running, right? I said, I'm going to go. And I couldn't believe how light it was. I was 8:30 at night. We were on the other side of the lake and it was like 5 o'clock, lightness. It was so light. And no, I didn't start taking Thrive. No, it's the sneakers, I'm telling you. It's the sneakers. Do you have feety slippers and pajama bottoms? Oh, bunny slippers? No. I usually wear Crocs inside. But I'm telling you, I left my sneakers on and I was running. And I think I'm going to get another pair, seriously, because that happens to me all the time that my feet are very particular to things because first of all, they're so big and I can't get shoes to ever even the right size doesn't feel good all the time. So when I find shoes that feel good, then I go back and buy some. So I know that I'm going to buy another pair of these because I'm going to look for them online because I know I'll never find them in the store again, but I'll just find them and get them. They're Nike Flex. Oh, let me see. You're going to make me take them off. Right? Ugh. Nike Flex Experience 8. I'm telling you, they're like walking on a cloud, and they're just, I don't know, they're really great. 8 Nike Flex Experience 8. I'm telling you, they're like walking on a cloud, and they're just, I don't know, they're really great. 8 Nike Flex Experience 8. I'm telling you, they're like walking on a cloud, and they're just, I don't know, they're really great. You made. I do. I don't want to scare some of you. I do. If it's really rainy and I can't get out to ride my bike or walk, I will. I will walk around the island, then down the hallway because I have a really long hallway down that way. Really long hallway. I will walk down that hallway, walk back up, go around the island. Sometimes I can go like round in a circle if nobody's here. But if they're there, like what, I don't need them looking at me, so I'll just keep doing it in here. The soldier's polish. I know, it's amazing. It is, because I've worn them out like around the lake, and I can't believe how white they are. One of your heels is hurting after you walk your dog. Try them out, MJ. I'm telling you. You're probably going to be like, oh, thank you. You walk around my kitchen. I can make it outside. Yeah. Thank you for taking. I got them in Kohl's, but I'm just going to look online for another pair. What's the temperature here? Oh, definitely not 100. No, it's been unseasonably cool, Kathy. Today was like the warmest day. My kids went swimming today. My kids did go swimming today. I think they were absolutely insane to go swimming. There's no way I would. It just, the lake is cold, but they wouldn't listen to any reason. That's very early to go swimming when it's not been really hot. I mean, we had really cold days this week, and now today was the first day it was warm. I'd say, I don't think it even hit 80, so probably 75. $100 in Arizona, wow. But hopefully it'll be warm. It's just been rainy so much. That's the thing. It's been very rainy. Good night, Diane. And I just hope we don't have another rainy summer, because we had a rainy summer last year and our leaves did not change color right. And today when Luke and I were going around the lake, we saw one leaf on the ground and it had already turned. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. The leaves are already turning colors and falling off. No, not fair. Can't happen. It's rainy there too. But our leaves, it was the first year I ever remember our colors were horrible. We didn't even have the pretty colors we always have. Never have I ever remembered it like that. Send our rain there. I would love to send you some rain. I do wear also men's bra. I wear thick socks too. That's what I'm saying. Because I tried on the Under Armour ones. First of all, they didn't have, they were horrible. They were horrible. They felt so horrible. Okay? First of all, they run small. It's rubbish there in London too. No sun for your dying pineapple on the windowsill. Oh, yeah, Bridget, I live on the lake. But the, where was I going? Yeah, the Under Armour were horrible. The Adidas, they didn't even come in 11, women's. Skechers, okay. I have Skechers. And I have the ones that perform, like the ones for, these are 1,000 times better than the Skechers. Because I got the Skechers last year. My daughter knits me socks. Did I ever show you the socks she makes out of alpaca? My daughter knits socks like she could just whip up. She made us matching socks. Here, I'll show you the matching socks. My daughter knits socks on like lines at Great Adventure and stuff. She's crazy. She knits them on the subway train and everything. Hang on. I'll show you the matching socks she made us last Mother's Day. Oh, here they are. Hang on. Uh-oh. What? That's the wrong picture. I mean, that's the wrong tab. Hang on. Which tab is this? Wait. Okay. Okay, this is... Oh, these are my floral Mary Jane Doc Martens. Anytime I will find a Mary Jane, I will get it. Because I could never wear them as kids because my feet were too big. After kindergarten, and I envied all the girls that could wear Mary Janes. So my entire life, from high school when they started making Mary Janes like fashionable, I wore any type of, this as a T-strap Mary Jane. That's my ultimate favorite. So that's why I have those. But she made those, and then wait, she has another one. Hang on. How do I get back to... This is her foot. This is my foot. She made us matching socks. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see them in there. You need it for Civil War soldier impression. It's actually purple. It's actually purple. Yeah. But see my feet next to her feet? Because she's little. She makes a lot of socks. She made my uncle socks before he passed away, and he said they're the best socks that there were. Yeah. But let's see. You want to see something? I'll show you something. Do you see this picture right here? Do you know what's different about that picture right there? What's different about that picture right there? Jimmy couldn't believe that I walked around the lake like that. Do you know what's different about that picture right there? Yes, Principessa. I wore that wig. I took a dare with Jimmy, and I said, I'm going to put this wig on and walk around the lake. And he said, you're not. And I said, I am. I'm going to put the wig on and walk around the lake. And he said, what if you run into someone? And I said, I don't care because I'm weird like that. So I did. I wore that all the way around the lake. But I didn't run into anyone. Because I'm weird. Yeah, it was a highlighted wig. It was like dark brown. And I think these were like blondish kind of highlights. And I wore that around the freaking lake. Jimmy couldn't believe it. Yeah. But this is my real hair. Yeah, that was funny. I do crazy things sometimes. Yep, I do funny things. I don't think, and I was waiting for my daughter to say something, and she didn't even say anything. Like, is that a wig? I don't think she did. Either not for a long time. But living on the edge. And we have because I get a bunch of wigs. I have a bunch of, I know, I have purple wigs. I have, it's not anything that you're thinking. You're thinking like I'm like, no. I get a bunch of wigs. And just to be crazy. You sound like me. My son thinks I'm mad, but I did. One day, I swear to you, you can't even believe this. I knew my sister was coming over, right? And here's what I would do, okay? I had this really long brown haired wig, but it was down, the hair was down like past my butt. Okay, it was hugely long. And I just put it on, and I went to pick this is like last year. I went to pick my kids up at the bus stop, okay, with the wig on. Now, at first they didn't even, they're like, and they're like, what did you do to your hair? So then I'm like, no, then they guessed it, right? I swear, I go to meet my sister. She came to the other lake house we have, right? And I'm in the kitchen sweeping the floor with this wig on. And she's talking to me as if that's my regular hair. And she never, ever, to this day, said anything about it. Now, I hadn't seen her for a few weeks. I don't know whether she thought that, wow. But even then, when you say, wow, your hair grew really fast, right? Some kind of comment? Nothing. And the whole time, I go, she's going to crack the freak up when she walks in here, right? She's going to be like, Carolyn, what are you doing? Is something wrong? She never said anything till this day. Never said a thing to me. So I don't know. You can't. Yeah, I do. I do. Jimmy does weird things like that to the kids too. Sometimes when he puts the kids snacks in their lunch, he'll put like a potato, like he'll give them their regular snack, but then he'll put like 2 of those baby potatoes in there, or he'll put something really weird. So just so that the kids will open it up and be like, oh, that's my dad fooling around again. Yeah, we play a lot of jokes of how he meant to. Oh, I don't know. Because I had my back turned to her, right? Because I said, she's going to say something. The minute she walks in here, she's going to say, Carolyn, what is with your hair? You're making coffee number 2? Oh, you're making in the Italian type pot? Wearing a wig. What? Oh, I have red wigs upstairs, yeah. Used to wrap potatoes for Christmas. I told you about the time that Jimmy wrapped up the oldest computer that we were just keeping downstairs, like to make sure that I got it. I freaked that we have everything off the hard drive, like any pictures or whatever. So Michael, our son, ordered this computer, and it was the second time he was getting it from this guy. He ordered it from some guy on eBay. I don't even know what the heck he was doing. So the first time the guy sent him out something, he got really upset, and the guy said, okay, send it back, right? And these were like new, I don't know what the hell he was dealing with, but so he was pissed to begin with. And then, so Jimmy, the computer comes, the new one, right? So Jimmy took it out, the new one, and he packed up like one of the oldest computers we had down in the basement, and he packed it up in the paper, right? He sealed the whole box up again. And then Michael comes home from work, and he goes, oh, wow. And he takes it upstairs to his room. And then our other son, Ray, went up there because I said, go up. We told him what happened. Go up and see his reaction. And we thought in 1 second he was going to be down like yelling, but he wasn't. He was up there writing a letter to this guy, right? Saying, and he really wasn't that mad. Like he just said, I told you the other computer had a scratch and you sent me this. I can't believe it, And after about 10 minutes, I said to Jimmy, you better go and find out what's going on. And so Michael was up there writing a letter to this guy, and we were hysterical. And Ray was hysterical, and we still talk about it, but then we showed him that then his computer was fine. But he didn't even, I thought he'd be like flying downstairs. Like, can you believe this? We play a lot of jokes, yeah. But Jimmy loves to put stuff in the kids' lunch that shouldn't be there, or their snacks that shouldn't be there. Potatoes, a rock. Did Jimmy... Well, Jimmy can be like, not like, just, yeah. One time I came down in a Bavarian, what did I get? Sometimes he's like non-observant. because I like to, I had this costume. It was like, oh, for the Oktoberfest. You know those Oktoberfest things? What are they called? Bavarian, I don't know, like something like that on. And I came down, and then he's like, he could just talk like his, but I have to say I'm the same way too. Sometimes I don't look up or I'll just talk to you. And then he got hysterical because I was in that Oktoberfest outfit. And a regular length one that you would wear too if when you go to the. I have a friend that dresses up in those when she goes to those things. Permission to pass my email. Oh, to Bridget? Okay, Velamac. But yeah, we're goofy. Jimmy's does goofier jokes than me. I'm trying to think of. Unpeeled. Yeah, he just puts like weird things, especially because Ethan is really picky. So he'll put his regular snack and then he'll put two of those potatoes, or what else has he done? A rock. He's done like a rock, like a little stone rock. Just crazy stuff. Mine's like the crazy ponytails now. Oh, is that you walk out the door with your. I like those wigs. Are they multicolor, right? They're like the ones for Comic-Con or something, or not Comic-Con. They say cosplay or something, right? You're a trickster too, Val. Has Jimmy wrapped up Cole? No, but he's wanted to wrap up like just weird things. Yeah, I don't know if he's ever gone through with the wrapping of the stuff, but he stuck some stuff in the stocking or something that shouldn't be in there. You have an Ethan, he's super picky. It must be the name. Oh, yeah, and our Ethan, he could like, let's just say whatever, he could like steak, right? And he can't, everything has to be steak. Then what are you having? Steak. Oh, I can't stand steak. I don't want. He'll get on another thing entirely. Like you never know with him what it's going to be. Oh, but we're having steak. No, I want pizza now. Okay, pizza. Oh, I can't. You know, he wants something else and something. He's very picky. It's bucketing down. Wow. You're the same way. What? Jokester or very picky? She loves the Titanic, so your husband got her coal off the Titanic and put it in a stocking. She loves that coal. Airbags to make trampolines. What else do you use those airbags for to make? What was the other? You used to wrap up the bags of air. Though, you know what's funny? Somebody did that for my daughter because she loves bubble wrap so much, and somebody wrapped that up for her, and she thought it was great. She really thought it was great. You know what they say, that meme that I think is great? It says, wrap some empty boxes for your kids, and every time they misbehave, right, for Christmas, throw one in the fire. That's terrible. Ask a Bavarian. It's called a dirndl. Okay. That Bavarian Oktoberfest costume that I came down in. You talk to the reception at the hotel. We went to call my sister's room and tell her there's a problem, and the manager needs to talk. And you hid behind. You saw that throw presents, yeah, yeah. That was funny. Told us over and over, pizza and wanted pasta. Yeah, he's just very, very picky. Everything's plain. You know, he doesn't like sauces or. He's very picky. Half the night, you know, I'll just have peanut butter or something because he just doesn't. He's so picky. I'm hoping that he grows out of that. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, Max, that's what I mean. The old history places. I've got to go to the old history place on Tuesday with the class. I'm going to Fort Delaware. Colonial. Maybe I should wear my colonial costume. I should wear one of. Luke goes to me, "It's okay, you're the chaperone, so you could yell at all the kids that you want." I said, "Oh, I could yell at all the kids that I want?" "Yeah." And then he told me the kids, he's like, "So-and-so, he'll probably punch you." I said, "Really?" Because he just punches kids. I'm like, "Oh, that sounds fun. I'll tell your teacher that she can take care of him." You love that kind of stuff? I've been there before with my older kids, and my gosh, we took Alexandra when she was a little tiny baby there. I've been there. Except for, no, Luke says he's going to be with me, but yeah, you can. I'm like, how bad can you yell at the kid? Can you say, "Hurry, you!" And he's like, "No, you can't. Not that you can see." I said, "What do the other chaperones do?" He's like, "Yeah, you stop it and get in line." No, I'm not going to do that. Ethan will grow out of it. Oh. But so I said to him, "I have to go on the school bus." "Yeah." I said, "I can't just take my own car and follow you guys." "No, you have to go on the school bus, Mom. You can sit right by me." And he's like, "And you've got to bring a bag lunch. What are you going to bring, Mom?" In the days of King Henry, you'd love Ethan Palace, yeah? The school bus gets noisy. I've gone on school bus trips to West Point with my daughters. It was like her 5th grade class. We went to West Point. They don't do that anymore. I have to ask my kids. We used to always, the older kids used to always go to West Point. There was an accident up there, a rollover. 22-year-old cadet lost his life. You heard that? Anyone ever notice how, despite the range of ages, we're all the same person? Twilight Zone. Yeah. Twilight Zone transcends age, right? Please wear a wig. I was thinking that, like, one day I'll come in a costume with a crazy wig. I'm really trying to find my puppet, my Maria puppet, because I really wanted to do that one day. When we had the flood, she's away somewhere, and I know that she's up in the on the 3rd floor, and I've got to find her. Yeah, tragic loss. He spent a long time up north. When you were at Newcastle. Oh, up in the Queen's Palace. You've never seen anything like it. Yeah, show and tell. Go ahead, J. Bells and Bella Mac. Henry VIII, yeah. Pickiness stays with kids until they're about 29. I feel if I chaperone my kid will never speak to me. Oh, MJ, Luke is the opposite because I did a lot, like with Ethan's class, when he was in, I used to go in like once a week in the school and help with the centers, and he's always been like, oh, can you cut? So now he's like in seventh heaven that I was picked because they picked the chaperones. Like you sign up to be a chaperone. And so my name got picked and he was like freaking out. Like, oh my gosh, my mom, he came home, Mom, you have to answer the email and tell her you're going. He's really excited. No, he's not at the embarrassed of me stage yet. Colin can't have food touch. Yeah, Ethan's very, yeah. Ethan can't have like even the same fork or so, if it's got something on it, if his hands get sticky, he doesn't like anything like that. That's why I always carry wipes in my purse. Yeah, don't get on the bus. It's not far from where we are, so it's not even a big ride. Put on a peroxide blonde, chew gum. For sure. Luke would probably see. Luke's a big joker, so Luke would get a kick out of that. Luke is a very big joker. No gravy, no butter. Yeah, that was so Ethan. Like he used to eat, like cinnamon toast, right? And then last year, I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he's eating dry toast. I'm like, "You don't want butter on that?" No. I'm like, "What are you like on a diet or something? Why?" And he's like, "You don't want butter?" No, he just goes through these weird things. He was eating dry toast. So you can't have food touching anything. So you would never eat like one of those bowls, right, in Chipotle, right? Because all the food is mixed. You would never eat that, Bridget? No, Ethan, I was joking and saying, or because dry toast he was having, and he's skinny as a rail. So I was joking with him and saying, "Are you on a diet? Can you eat stuff like that? Dry toast is, I know, and he was eating it. Used to be super picky. Yeah, he would never even take a bite of chicken noodle soup. He's very, very picky. He's the pickiest of all my kids. My first 3 kids were not picky at all. My daughter, she thought she didn't like tomato sauce, but she had to have butter on her pasta, but that she outgrew that after I don't know how long. She thought she didn't like tomato sauce, but she ate pizza. But she also thinks she's lactose intolerant. Okay, she tried to convince me of this whole thing. But then anytime there's ice cream, she just she eats it. She still tells me that to this day that she's lactose intolerant. Yeah, when she wants to be. You can't have food touch. You only eat dry toast. Really? You still pick the chicken up. But what about, did Bridget answer me about that's so true. You can't eat that kind of stuff. So you can't go to a Chipotle at all then, right? You can't go somewhere like that. No bowls for you at all. But you wouldn't even eat it in a wrap, right? Your daughter's boyfriend will move in with you? She's 7 now? My daughter outgrew that when I started making stuffed shells and realized Mom's... Well, that's my daughter now because my father's got, his sauce was the best. And then I said, see, all the years you missed that. Oh my gosh. Although you still eat dairy, but you pay for it. That's what she's like. But I really don't think she's, the pediatrician told us like one time but I think it was like it wasn't even a real diagnosis. She made by the lactate, but she never followed it. If it was something she pizza, she'll eat pizza, no lactose until, I'll just pay for it later. Yeah, okay. You choose to eat ice cream because she chooses to eat a lot of things, Ashley. Ice cream cake? Sure. Cheese? Mm-hmm. You have everything separate. So will you ever eat, you'll never eat even like a wrap, right? Never even eat any kind of a wrap? Can you have a sandwich with lettuce and tomato or a burger with lettuce and tomato? You can't have anything? Well, I mean, she does always act like she's like physically ill after she eats kind of, yeah. But not enough to make some changes. You cannot eat wraps or bowls. You have a diabetic friend like that. What? She's only diabetic when she has to be? When she wants to be, I mean? What about tacos? How do you live without tacos? So there's not any kind of food, Bridget, that you can eat with, is there something that you like that you can mix? I like mixing stuff. I love those bowls. You have to go to bed after a milkshake or ice cream, but it's worth it. I do burgers with only ketchup. You go for plain, really? So you don't do any kind of sandwiches with lettuce or anything. You don't do tacos, Bridget? What about pizza? Can you eat pizza, Bridget? Does anybody like to eat goldfish crackers? My kids like goldfish, but I don't usually buy them. Which ones? Because they get the very sharp cheddar. Is that the ones they get? No, I forget which ones. There's one I tried to buy them the whole wheat ones, and then I didn't like them, but they eat the whole wheat. Another cracker that. Nope, I am plain. I do tacos. Oh my cheese. What do you eat? Yeah, all the good stuff touches. I agree, J Bells. Yeah, I don't know. Gosh, I don't know how, Bridget. How do you do that? You do like cheese pizza? But what do you just eat? Like just plain chicken breast? Or maybe you don't eat meat at all? Or what do you do? Do you eat pasta? I've got to put my sneaker back on or I'm not going to be able to run when I get up. Flavor blasted. Yeah, maybe that's the ones. You only eat the M&Ms with peanuts. And I couldn't stand M&Ms with peanuts when I was a kid. I could not eat them, but I love them now. Taco night once a week. If I'm near a Chipotle and it's because I'm not near one a lot, so whenever I am, I get one of those bowls. I love those. Shamrock shakes. I don't know why I grew up that way. It seems odd now that we're talking about it. Tonight I ate chicken with a side of plain mashed potatoes and plain corn on the cob. I don't put anything on my corn on the cob either, but you ate chicken, just grilled chicken, like you can't have anything on it? Can you eat salad with other stuff in it? That's interesting. Chipotle, they have fabulous tacos. Yeah, I always get the bowls there. So relaxing. You're gluten intolerant, but still eat anything. I take a shot of raw cider vinegar. That sorts it out? Okay. You ate plain chicken tonight and plain mashed potatoes. Okay. Well, Chipotle across the street. We are sick of it. You're getting hungry now. Your dogs will start begging. Grilled chicken. I don't know what. There's a lot of stuff you can't eat then. Wow. So you'll never eat an omelet then either, right? Or anything like that. You've never eaten there, and you can't eat at where? Pokey. I've never even heard of that place, Miss Coeli. Very sensitive stomach. Really, because when it stops, you eat the miso soup. That's very salty, right? And chicken breast. Ulcerative pancreatitis, is that what you have? So you had follow the, and then you went gluten-free. You can't drink milk anymore either. I could never cook for you, Bridget. Sorry, Bridget, you're out of luck. J-Bells is never cooking for you. You blew it. You make Indian, Chinese, Mexican, Polish. Oh yeah, you can't eat Chinese food either, Bridget, right? You wouldn't eat any Chinese food. You won't eat. Would you eat a fried rice? Anything like that? What would you eat at Chinese? You must have been a fun date. Where do you want to go? Chinese? No. Chipotle? No. You have to eat a lot of salt and drink a lot of fluids to keep your blood volume up. And you found that apple skins kill your stomach too? Really? The inside of the apple's fine? You're going on a coffee date tomorrow. Your first date in a long time. Well, good luck, Diana. Did you meet online? Dating online? An online site? Apple skins, like popcorn skins, can get stuck in the teeth and gums. Thanks, Hi. I've never eaten anything like that. Well, fried rice with peas in it is close. Oh, you'll eat that? Wow. There must not be a lot of choices for you, Bridget. You're gearing up to go to a Disneyland trip in a week? Oh boy. Well, you need just more than your stomach. You met through a coffee club, actually. What is a coffee club? So you've already met him face to face, so you don't have to worry about seeing if he looks like his picture or anything, right? You already met him face to face? What? You've often eaten core and all. Well, you can put those in those extractor juicers, the core and all. You'd make good coffee companions. I want to know what a coffee club is. So that takes a lot of the pressure off if you've already met him, Diana. Unless it's a coffee club or something online where you haven't met him. Yes, but I haven't seen him in almost a year. And when I got a text message the other day asking me if I would like to go out for coffee. But still, you've seen him though, right? That's because that's like the worst thing if you're dating online. If the guy really looks like his picture and it's not 20 years old and he's not like 60, 70, I don't know, heavier and sloppier and I don't know, not looking like the picture, right? Why don't they just put the real picture? Who are they fooling? Sent you some pics for show and tell. May take a bit to come through. Okay, Bella Mac. I need a book recommendation to read with my 14-year-old this summer. And you need mother. Oh, I have some. I have some book videos that I have to put up. Gosh, they told me I have to hashtag a bunch of stuff for HarperCollins too, and I don't even know which ones are HarperCollins that I have to tag here. This guy just, who's it? This guy that just sent me this one? This is so, I don't know if you can see it. It's the Westie and the Scotty. It's not for your 14-year-old, but I'm just saying this is a book that I had to review for, but I just laughed because I think this is the second one in a series, but I have a Westie, so that's why. This is by Wes Tyler in Easton, Connecticut. But I'm sent a lot of books here. I've got so many books here to review. These are two. These are like Luke's Age of Magic. This one, I don't know. What one was this? The Pendlewicks. National Book Award winner. I'd look at Random House. They probably have one of their subsidiaries. They probably have a list for kids 14 that you can look there. That's where almost all of my books come from. Which one did I just get? Oh, this is Solving for. They just sent this one to me. Solving for M. But this is a middle school one. Mika has never been a math person. She's more of an artist, but ever since middle school started, she can't argue with the numbers. This is Random House, right? I think. Yeah. It says 8 to 12. So, I mean, I would go to this is where these are from Random House. I would check out Random House. This is a sad yet sweet character-driven novel, not unlike those of Lisa Graff or Julie Sternberg, with a focus on having a parent with cancer. Oh, so it's kind of like a tearjerker, parent with cancer, right? Oh, yeah, look at the back. It says 293 fifth graders at Highbridge Middle School, 28 students in Mrs. Van's math class, 25 entries in Mika's math journal, 17 average number of science puns, 1 total mole that mom had surgically removed from her leg, ? Number of doctor's visits until mom is better. So, yeah, the Potter series would be good, but photography, so you're always snapping away. Me too, Bella Mac. I have so many pictures. So many books, so little time. Bunny Book Club goes to school. I have to find HarperCollins. I'm supposed to. Everyone I'm getting is Random House. And HarperCollins lady is driving me crazy. Picture of date onto your cloud, not to diminish romance, just to be realistic. Picture of date onto your cloud? What? You read Gone with the Wind? Oh my gosh, Sharon. A Tree Grows in Brooklyn is that's my favorite book. That's my favorite book of all time. A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. That is my favorite. I think we read that in the 9th grade. That's my favorite book of all time, A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. I used to quote that book when I was a teenager. This is just like A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. You remember the kids read a page of the Bible, and what was the other book that they read from one page every night? What was the other book? One was the Bible. What was the other one, Sharon? And I remember when they got the Christmas tree. A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, my all-time favorite book. All-time favorite. I'd like to get that and read that with my kids. Yeah, you just reminded me of that. I don't even know if my daughter's ever... and my daughter knows it's my favorite, but... Number of the Stars is another one. I mean, A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, that is... Yeah. You don't even remember what it's like to me. I don't have a lot, but I'm reading that Killer Across the Table thing. But that's my all-time favorite book. Sharon, what was the other book that the kids read a page out of every night? And remember the little can that they put a nickel in every day too? In the closet that was nailed to the closet floor? Yeah, I don't think that I ever saw that. I probably I don't know, it probably would have been weird, like I couldn't see it if it wasn't exactly like that. You guys realize I'm forcing her to get off her phone and do this. Do what? Your favorite book is Wuthering Heights? But it's not really kid appropriate. I'll never forget when my oldest son read Ethan Frome in high school. And he's like, that guy is so stupid. He went sledding down a hill. and he died. How you still love to read. You took my daughter's books and made her go outside when she was in trouble. My daughter traveled with books all the time. In fact, my oldest son, they were like 18 months apart, they both had the same 4th grade teacher. And the 4th grade teacher called me and she said, Carolyn, you've got to read this story that he wrote. He wrote a story about the plane crashing, that we were on a plane that crashed because my daughter brought too many books onto the airplane and she knew the regulation and she snuck extra books in there anyway and she burned out the plane's engines and we had a crash landing. We all lived. Everybody on the plane lived. But we had a crash landing and then as we were going down, my daughter's bag of books fell on someone's leg and snapped it in two. Yeah, but my kids all love to go to a bookstore better than anything. And now I have so many books sent here now since I'm a blogger. But yeah, we always go to a bookstore. You were just lurking around and just listening. I know that was rude. A little bit, not too much, Aussie. But books. Jackie Collins discovered her when I was 16 and I read all of her books. Seriously good. I read all of the Judy Blume, even the Forever one when I also read Hatchet. Yeah, Hatchet is Hatchet, Holes, Oh, what about Wonder? Owl Service. Your teaching holes next fall, where the red fern grows. There's lots of Catcher in the Rye. We read that when we were 14. Oh, To Kill a Mockingbird. We read that when we were 14. The Great Gatsby, yeah. That might be a little older than... Really? You didn't like The Catcher in the Rye? What else? Oh, Of Mice and Men. Of Mice and Men. Read that one 14. Are you there? God, it's me, Margaret Wright. Scarlet Letter. What else did we read? We read A Tale of Two Cities, but that might be when we were 14. Ray Bradbury. Read that when we were 14. Oh, what's that? Man's Search for Meaning. What else did we read? Snotty Kid. The Snotty Kid things. Blames others for his troubles. Catcher in the Rye. Had to ask though, Chipotle, isn't that sauce? No, Chipotle is a, well, yes, it could be, but it's a restaurant. It's a chain restaurant in the United States. The Pearl, yeah. What other ones? You went to see Of Mice and Men on Broadway a few years back. James Franco. Chris O'Dowd. Loved the book when you were younger. Animal Farm. Lord of the Flies. And what's that? A Day No Pigs Would Die. Did you ever read that? A Day No Pigs Would Die. A Separate Piece. And one that Grapes of Wrath. Oh, The Outsiders. That's an excellent book. Yeah, definitely read that one. It's 14. Didn't like it? Really? Stay golden. Stay gold. Pony boy, stay gold. You want to watch the girl? What about Pride and Prejudice? Johnny Tremaine. Yeah, I believe so. (1984). Of course, Romeo and Juliet. We read when we were 14. What else? Then I took a whole course. I read every Shakespeare. I took a whole course on Shakespeare. There's an excellent book called The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. It's a young adult's book, but it's very good. In Cold Blood by Truman Capote. But you must be older, yeah. The Old Man in the Sea. That's another one. Yep, that's another one. The Old Man in the Sea. Macbeth. Out damn stain. The Red Badge of Courage. You watch the movie The Outsiders. C. Thomas Howell, right? And Matt Dillon and Ralph Macchio, right? Brief Candle and all that malarkey. You need something different. Oh, you know what I got? Something about the Grimm's. Oh my gosh, I don't know where it is. Something that was in Ollie's, of all places, that I'm going to read with the kids about. It's something about the Grimm's fairy tales, but it's. Oh, I can't think. I'll have to bring it the next time. I can't wait to read it to them. Anne Frank, Diary of a Young Girl. That's good. Yep. Oh, speaking of that, Luke told me yesterday that they had a 91-year-old Holocaust survivor. He's on the internet. You can see him. He lives in Smithtown, Long Island. That came to the school. Made a very big impression on all the kids. What you do about nothing. We are living in 19. What was it? Ray Bradbury short stories or Stephen King. Oh yeah, he goes around to a lot of schools. Luke was very impressed with his story. You worked at Auschwitz for a summer? Really? I've always wanted to go there. You don't know how badly I've wanted to go there. Probably if I didn't have such a anxiety about flying all that way, I would. When you lived in Poland, there were so many survivors that would come out and that. Wow, that must have been amazing. You just woke up to get in on the discussion. Evie Scorpio. Oh, I thought you said in here. Hi there. We had D-Day commemoration recently, and the elderly gentleman was talking to the children there. What these people went through was unbelievable. Yeah, that would be something. You must have a lot of stories there, J Bells. Read Jewel. Your mother was taking some literature class when your daughter was a baby. They were reading the original fairy tales. Yes, that's what I'm saying. When Cinderella had to cut off pieces of her feet. So, yeah, but this is, I have to get what this is, because this is something. Who was asking about the books? I don't even remember. And we got so carried away, I forget who asked the original question. The Fault in Our Stars, right? Yeah, that's. And The Devil's Arithmetic. The Devil's Arithmetic. It was quite grueling but very fulfilling work. All Polish and German school children had to visit by the age of 14. She freaked out. Well, my nephew, who's my sister's son, who's going to turn 31 in August, we used to, you can't even believe, we would go to the public library here. And this is back then, you know, the kids used to go to summer reading programs, so they have crafts and stuff. So they'd go upstairs and he'd take out the same exact book every time. And it was a kid's book. Let me just see. It was the Rise and Fall of Adolf Hitler. Okay. I'm talking, he's like 8, 9 years old, but it was a kid's book. The Rise and Fall of Adolf Hitler. And my sister said he would read it, and then he would get so scared he would throw it under the bed, and then he'd get it out again. And then when he came back to bring it to the library, he had to renew it again. So it was like this, it was this thing with this one book. He was just like, he had to see this, and he's a very bad man. Right, but he'd be like scare him. So and I'm like, why does he torture himself like that? But he would like throw it under the bed. So you'd go there and you'd see the book under the bed, but he just kept renewing it and renewing it. You've been to the house Anne Frank hid in? Very sad. I know, Ashley. It was, yeah. He took it out every time. Like Matt getting The Rise and Fall of Adolf Hitler again. Yeah. He's renewing it another time. Oh, The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. Yeah, that's such a sad movie. He was working through his fears. He really was, because like he would take it, like he knew he'd take it a little bit at a time, and then it was too much. He threw it under the bed, then he'd get it out again, and then he would tell like my kids, like he would tell them little he's very bad, and then he like as much that he like, I don't know if you could. He would say stuff like, I don't know if you could handle this book. Okay, this book is pretty bad. Okay, he did a lot of really, really, really bad things. I don't know if you can take it, but if you can't, then we can throw it under the bed. It's too much. But still to this day we talk about it. Like, Matt, remember when you took that book out of the library 47 times? In Australia, his wife. The Boy in the so tragic, right? Yeah. The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. But yeah, he was. Hi, Anna. What is your daughter's favorite book? I'm gonna have to ask her, because she was a voracious reader. She still is. And it bothers me that if I ever had her read A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, but she read she was reading. She was a tremendous reader. She knew how to read, and I mean read by 3 years old. And by second grade, she was reading things like, what was she reading? She was reading a lot of Charles Dickens. The teachers couldn't believe it. And so she read all of that. What is it? Like, I mean, I'm going to ask her. She read so much. Interesting to say. What was the first book of that style I'd seen? It was so clever. Which book was that, Casbah? You have been many, many times at Anne Frank's house in Amsterdam, Anna? I will ask. Yeah, I think I'm gonna head off. The color purple. You like the color purple? You're leaning towards A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. The daughter read at 3. My oldest daughter didn't read until 7. Yeah, my daughter was, I mean, she was just an unusual kid. She really was. She reads a lot. I mean, what the heck is she reading now? She goes through books like just at like breakneck speed. Oh, save Robbie. How's the ant farm? What do you haven't lost any more ants, have you? Hope not. I didn't see Robbie. Your son was reading J.K. Rowling's in grade 1. Teacher thought he just liked carrying the book around. Yeah, I know. The best book, The Woman in the Window. When I was in elementary school, I read the encyclopedia for fun. Pre-internet, obviously. You read bits of Helen Keller. Helen Keller, yeah, it was good, yeah. Little Women, Yes, I like Little Women too. Helen Keller, yes, I definitely read that. You have been to Bergen-Belsen? Really? Where Anne Frank? Wow. Yeah, I've studied a lot about the Holocaust. I mean, I have a lot of, I was in, yeah, I studied a lot about the Holocaust. I must have dozens upon dozens upon dozens of books. I really always wanted to go. If I, long flights across the ocean into Europe, I probably would have, yeah, I've always wanted to go. But anyway, Laura, yeah, I read all those. Laura Wilder, no, Laura Ingalls Wilder, right? Anyway, I will let you guys go for tonight. I'm gonna try to get to bed. Well, I thought it was gonna be early, but it's not. Okay. All right. So anyway, thank you to Armand, Charlene, Sharon, who's here, Bridget. Is your meal still here? I don't know. Casbot, and then Dylan and Sharon, and I don't even know anymore. I think I got everybody. I got it. If I missed you, I see you too. Okay, no, that's bad. And anyway, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Stay safe. Do something fun. Read a book. Talk to you later.